welcome back to my channel. This is Lorien with the Wellington Witch. Thank you so much for being with me today. This is going to be your bi-weekly reading starting from the 3rd of August and going all the way through to I think it's the 17th of August. It'll be in the title anyway, I'll confirm the date of the last one, but around the 17th. We start the 2 weeks off. Oh, we've got some ink and charcoal around here. We start the 2 weeks off with a full moon in Aquarius on the 3rd of August, so we'll be going in a little bit with that. This reading is to do with your sun, your moon and your rising sign. You can look at your Venus. I would recommend that you just focus on the main three, otherwise it gets a little bit complicated. And as always, thank you so much for commenting, sharing, liking, subscribing, making sure that you click on the alert bell. Some of you are kind of like first responders. I just see you immediately coming up whenever I put on a video. So thank you so much for everybody who's spending the time with me today. So hopefully we'll get some good information. We're doing a little bit differently this time. We have the Moonology Oracle deck, we have the Druidcraft Tarot, but we still have the runes. And it's going to go 2 cards for love, 2 cards for career, and general overview along with these 2 here. So that's enough rambling from me, but if you do want a reading based on anything I say in these readings online, or if you have a question that you'd like me to look into for you, all the ways is to get in touch and get a reading from me are down below in the description box. All that housekeeping out of the way now, let's get into your readings and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Hello beautiful Aquarius. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks for you. Just going to do a quick shuffle here. Again, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's have a look and see what's coming through for you lovelies. Right, I feel that's right. Just a little note, your full moon in Aquarius is on the 3rd of August, so it's bang in your sign. All Aquariuses should feel a very strong pull over this full moon. It's really going to highlight your qualities. It's going to help you sign off on some things that maybe you've had in development for a while. Maybe you suddenly have a eureka moment. You could also be a little bit emotional around this time, as full moons often make us. But if you have it an Aquarius rising, it is going to be slap bang in your first house, which is yourself, acceptance, your path through life, maybe considerations as to what you want to do. So definitely try and work with the moon energy for the next 2 weeks. I think it's going to be quite important for you to see how you level up with this, how you want to progress with this, you know, anything in your life at this point in time. So just take a moment, maybe if you want to go out and talk to the moon. This is something I do. So it just could be something that you actually get some clarity by speaking through something, and then it comes to your subconscious. Words have their own form of magic, so I think that's going to be quite important. So we're going to do 2 for love, 2 for career, and some for general overview. Okay. Alright, well, it didn't go exactly how you planned it, but 2020 is kind of one of those things. Let's have a look. Okay, so I will move these up, don't worry. I know they're very big cards, so they're bigger than normal tarot cards. We have the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Wands in your love area. We have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Swords in your career area. And we have the Lord, 10 of Pentacles and the Fool upside down in reverse for the general overview. Let's just have a quick sneaky backwards there. Basically, I always say, because I know reversals can sometimes be a little bit scary, it doesn't mean anything negative necessarily. It doesn't mean that things are going to be too bad for you. All it means is that the energy isn't working maybe as much as it should do. I'm sorry, I'm just taking you on a journey while I try and get this angle okay. It's on almost at the end of the desk and I don't want it to topple anywhere. So let's have a look and see what's coming through for you in love. So the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Wands, there's some anxiety maybe with Okay, for some of you, it's anxiety with how you're going to handle living arrangements, how you're going to handle maybe some, yeah. For some of you, it's worrying about harmony in marriage. Like maybe there's some kind of, I'm trying to phrase it delicately, anxiety about commitment. Let's have a look, just like that. So there could be some anxiety about commitment. There could be some worry that somebody is not being as true to you as you are to them. And there could also be, will I ever, will I ever get married? Will I ever find the one? Will I ever have a stable home and family to call my own? Will I ever? And I think this is definitely a card that's coming through with all those questions. The 9 is normally about fruition, but I think this is just your fears coming through, and it could be to do with the full moon. I doubt it. I think it's just the energy of the world you're picking up. Maybe you're trying to sell a home and this is affecting your relationships. Not just love relationships, it could be various others. It could also be that you're feeling too trapped with your partner in this area. You want to be out and you're feeling too trapped. But I do feel that this is a really nice card. I don't think you have anything to be too worried about. The 4 is about stability. The 4 is harmony. The home is where we feel safe. The home is where we feel settled. Our nerves aren't all over the place. That should be what a home is. If you're not feeling that for whatever reason, the home isn't quite working. So I think either you need to change something about the home, change up the energy. I'm currently going through some feng shui myself, so it could be that you just need to change something like that, because that will affect your reaction to relationships. It will affect your reaction to how you handle things. If somebody comes up saying, can we go on a date please, you don't want to be feeling too upside down, topsy-turvy. It could also be that you're bringing your work home with you and that is affecting your relationships. So you have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. You may have recently suffered a defeat in career, or you just feel defeated. That could be also something. You feel like everybody else is doing really well. Everybody else is handling something really well. You wish you could be doing whatever they're doing. You wish you could be blah, blah, blah. You wish. That is a very dangerous thing to do. What you need to do is do things, is actually harness things and live it. But I do feel like there's 2 ways of this here. I feel either you're feeling defeated and you're feeling a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to do, and there's tension and there's conflict, or you are the victor and somebody else feels that you're living it up over them. They may feel that you are, being too pleased and proud in your accomplishments, because you've worked very hard to get there. You've worked incredibly hard to get there. You've had a lot of burden, you've had a lot of responsibility. It could also be, there's so many combinations here, Aquarius. I don't know how many of you are going to watch this, but there's so many people. I keep getting different meanings for these cards. Like normally I read them and I'm like, okay, this means this, this means this. So many of you are on different pages, and I think that is typical of an Aquarius, really. But some of you have been working so hard for so little reward, and you start to see other people getting the rewards and you're like, why not me? I'm doing most of the work here. It could also be that you feel like you're almost near the end of something and you're almost there and you can taste a victory, and somebody else is really jealous because they see it too. So again, various different things coming through with your career. You are on a very complicated path, is what I'd call it, complicated, because it just feels a little bit like you are trying to figure your way through things, trying to figure your way out of things, how you want to feel, how you want to embrace every day, the energy and the creativity and, being thankful is very important over the next 2 weeks. It's going to be something that you say, right, I make a conscious decision today. I make a conscious decision to being a vehicle of love and acceptance and gratitude. I'm going to face today with a huge amount of love I'm going to face today with a huge amount of happiness and tackle the challenges that come to me. And that'll kind of shift vibrations a little bit. You may just feel like you can't be bothered even saying that to yourself, but I think as soon as you try and switch that a little bit, it takes a bit of energy, I know, and a lot of us don't have much recently, so I get it. But I do think if you switched it up a little bit, you'd probably feel stronger in the longer term. So the general overview, the Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, these, for the general overview, these are all on their way. That's what I feel, truly. These are all on their way. You have got the kind of education you need. I feel like there's a mentor, there's some completion that's not here, there's some establishment that's not quite here, it's leading into a new journey. Your journey is not over yet to start this new one here. You have yet to meet a mentor, you have yet to reach your goals, and then you can start afresh. So it is just a case, I think, of over the next 2 weeks, changing the perspective of things, looking for the good in them as much as you possibly can. I know it's very difficult sometimes, but I honestly believe this is going to be what is changing for you. This is what is challenging you. This is what is coming through for you. It's kind of saying, Aquarius, you are master manifestors. You know, you can switch it on a dime. Please don't feel like you have to push yourself into a particular area. You can do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. It's just a case of, with this year, some people may be a little bit extra restricted, which I know you know is something that's happening to us all. We are a little bit squished, shall we say. So it's fine. Just carry on with whatever you need, with whatever you have in your arsenal, in your energy, and I think you're going to get there as much as you possibly can, because this is on its way. This is what I honestly feel is on its way. You do have a mentor coming through, or some kind of authority, meeting your authority, being established, getting the things that you need to funnel this new beginning. So this is a kind of cycle that's coming through. So I do feel that you're working towards it, but do consider shifting perspective of energy here. So let's see what the Moonology card has to say. Alright, who are you? Ooh, a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So romance has various different meanings. Romance can feel like, oh gosh, isn't this wonderful? Spinning in a beautiful gown in a ballroom, or it doesn't necessarily mean love. It just means a flirtation. It means a new feeling of love and romance with life. You know, Libras flirt with anybody I know, because I know a few Libras and I am Libra rising, but it can come across as, it can come across as flirting, but it's just being nice and romantic and just like, oh, hello, and it's like having this lust for life sort of thing. I think this is going to be coming through for you. You're going to start recharging a bit more, which is much needed for you. So let's have a look as well. What's your runes, guys? Oh, you have Bacano, but it's reversed. So this is fertility. This is growth, and this is the female energy here coming through. So it may be that you are not quite ready to grow again. You're not quite ready to ascend into this area. And also it is new beginnings. So not quite there, but I do see you making progress over this time. So for instance, if you have almost getting there and somebody's being a little bit how dare you steal my spotlight, just ignore them, just move them out of the way. If you're feeling anxious over love, or if you're feeling anxious over home or something, just try and raise your vibration. Think about how you want to feel every day, your energy, your creativity, how you are, and then just try to make a mantra for yourself and say it and funnel it into your body so it changes to align with that, and then I'll think you'll start to see the change. But let me know in the comments below how things go for you, my lovely Aquarius. I'd love to hear from you. And basically I think this is going to be an interesting few weeks, but take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll speak to you guys soon.